this producer told us one of the most useless things that we've ever heard in our life, and that really broke us. We believe so much in ourselves that we're going to be great in future. We didn't have any option. We had to survive. The concept of Twinsdntbeg should show you the power of collaboration and also partnership. One thing that somebody can do solo in 2 hours, you can do that in 5 minutes because of the power of two. Find somebody that has similar mindset and partner with them, because you can't do it alone.
Number 1 Business and Self-Development Podcast. Connected Minds Podcast.
How you doing, my bro?
I'm doing excellent in yourself.
Yeah, I'm amazing, man. I'm great. I was at one of your events, the recent one you did, at Country Club, and I loved it. The scenery, the place you chose to do the exhibition, the people I saw there, and I thought, this is what people need to be able to connect with other people.
Yeah.
To be honest, the event wasn't just about Twinsdntbeg doing an exhibition. It was giving us the platform to network with other people.
Yeah.
You know, so today's conversation, I wanted to delve into building relationship and the art of networking. How you've done it all these years.
Well, that I mean, you clearly defined what we wanted to achieve, as in creating a platform where everybody comes and network and feel free to be themselves, as comfortable as they are. Nobody's on their guard. Nobody cares about the kind of portfolio they've built, but they are open and they are talking to just everyone. And I think, I don't know, but I'll call that our power. Something that God has blessed us with. We have the power to be able to make anybody just be themselves. Like, imagine hanging out with presidents and presidents, and have very, very high profile people, and they don't care about the kind of portfolio they've built or who they are, but then they are relating to you on a personal level, because anybody, that's the power of a photographer. The camera can let you do anything. Right. I remember one time a very, very high profile person, and I was like, can you please stand aside and maybe stand here and do this? And I was actually commanding them. And I was like, a photographer can command a very, very, very high profile person that words that come out of his mouth can just destroy a whole nation. And that is the power of a photographer, So knowing this power, we've really tried to use it positively, and that is making them feel very comfortable around us and also the camera. And through that, we've used that to help others, and that is the most important thing that we've been doing since we started this journey.
It's just really the style, right? The style of photography that you guys chose to do. Not just, click, and then we're gone. But it's bringing everybody together. And then to say that, okay, we have artworks, we want to do an exhibition. People can come around, have fun, get to know each other. There could be a buddy you've never met before. But Twins gives you the opportunity to be able to meet them today. And to me, I think that's marvelous. But most importantly, there's a young guy out there who's thinking, wow, you guys have done amazing from KNUST all the way to here.
Yeah.
You've done fantastic. Where do they start?
Well, it started right when we were done with senior high school in Kumasi. We went to KNUST Senior High School. So we are the products of KNUST. Like, if you talk about somebody who has been in KNUST, that is us. We went to the daycare, the primary school, the nursery, the junior high school, the senior high school, and the university. So we lived all like we were raised in Kumasi, and it all started when my dad was a driver, right? For CSR, or Forestry Research Institute of Ghana. He used the Kumasi branch. He was a driver, and anytime he had the opportunity he used to travel a lot, going around, with gathering seedlings and picking up people from the airport and taking people all around Ghana and all that. And anytime my dad had opportunity, he would take me and my brother on his trips. So we being in Kumasi, I remember first time we saw the sea. There's this thing that they say Kumasi people has never seen a sea, but first time we saw the sea, it was so marvelous, So I think coming to think of all how I didn't know this was maybe the vision or something, but then it opened our eyes. People were these kids from Kumasi. My dad will have the opportunity to come to Accra. He would take us along. And anytime we are driving, he'll be showing us places. He'll be saying, "Oh, this is this place. This is that place." So it opened up our foresight, and we started thinking differently. We started seeing Ghana or the world, even when we were kids. And through that, it made us dream even bigger. So when we were done with senior high school, my big sister was working in Tema at the Lands Commission in Tema Community 4. So, when you graduate from senior high school, you have some time before you go to uni. So we went to stay with her, and that was our first time ever in Tema. So we stayed there, and we knew that we had passion for music. So in Tema, one of my best sisters knew a guy who owns a studio in Site 1, Maputo. And we told them we wanted to record our music, and my big sister told his friend, and the next we went to the studio and we met one producer, and we recorded our first demo, even though we didn't know what we were doing. And when we went that studio, that's where we met the likes of Sarkodie, D Crime, Yao Pono, Yao Siki. It was a studio that the current biggest artists in Ghana all used to come there to record. I mean, that was the time that there was a movement in Tema, the Tema for Life movement and tree pop and all that. That's when all the artists were coming up. So we recorded our first song, our first demo. We started promoting it, and through this, that's how the name Twinsdntbeg came about, because we went to see some producers and to help us produce us, and also because we wanted to be real-time artists, and this producer told us one of the most useless things that we've ever heard in our life, and that really broke us. So that evening we went home and we're like, you know what, we're never going to beg anybody for any opportunity, because we believe so much in ourselves that we're going to be great in future. And we are twins, and we know the talent that God has given to us. So why should we go around begging for people to help us? And we're looking for a unique name for us as artists. That was around 2008. And we were like, we're twins, and why should we beg? And we carved that name, Twinsdntbeg. That evening, we were sitting in my sister's kitchen one evening, sitting on the floor. We're thinking of how creative we can become. And throughout the same period, we used to go for a lot of movie auditions. Anytime we see any poster on the wall saying audition,
you get your bags and you're going.
We go and pay to be auditioned. So me and my brother were chasing. We had so much passion. We're going for movie rehearsals, acting rehearsals, auditions. And that also exposed us to the movie industry. So we met so many producers, we met so many upcoming actors that are currently in the top of the acting scene. I remember one time we were on a film set where Yvonne Nelson was shooting around Spinktest, and that was the first time I saw Yvonne Nelson, and that was amazing. And John Dumelo too was also around. That was somewhere around 2008. So imagine how long it's been. So around that time, we didn't know what we were doing. We just had so much passion, and we just kept on going and going and going and going and going. And through that, we didn't know we're even networking, because we're putting so much effort in. We're connecting with people. We're going for auditions. We're going here. We're still producing our music. Then one time, my dad didn't really support our music career, so we had to put a stop to that, because it was a Pentecost church elder and the kids are doing circular music. So we had to tame it down a little bit and hide it, but we're still doing it. But then it was low key. But then one time we started getting a lot of publicity, and one time we had an interview on GTV about music. We performed live on a breakfast show, and my dad's boss saw us and called my dad that, hey, I just saw your sons on TV. And he was like, oh, my children also want to do this. And my dad was like, even his boss has called him that he just saw his sons on TV and he'd want his sons to also do what your sons are doing. And that actually changed his perception about it. So he kind of like also calmed down a bit. And then around that period, 2010, we went to KNUST. And the moment me and my brother stepped foot on KNUST campus with all that freedom, the moment my dad dropped us on campus, and we, with all that freedom, we were like, this is it. This was the chance that we were looking for. I remember before we even passed WASI to go, we had to write synematography. And that period, every day, me and my brother would wake up and go to the library around Community 4. Me and my brother would wake up because we knew that if we failed and we didn't go to the university, we were going to have a total path in life. So me and my brother every day would wake up, go straight to the library, and consistently we did that, and we managed to pass. I mean, that was one of the most difficult thing that we ever did in our life, because we had to forget about all our friends, everybody that we knew. We moved from Kumasi because he wasn't helping us, because we knew so many people in Kumasi. So we moved there to Tema to hide. And for that period, we were just studying every day. Anytime we wake up, we going straight to the library, we close, we come back home. They did the same thing, and we wrote the remedials, and we passed, and we got admission to KNUST. So the moment I remember when the results came, we were back in Kumasi at my dad's house, somewhere in Aprade, and we checked our results, and we had gotten admission, and that was one of the most happiest day in our life.
Exciting.
Getting admission into the university was one of the most proudest achievements I would say we ever achieved. And we're so proud because we put so much work into it. And it made my dad happy, and the family happy, and all that. And the moment we got to campus, we knew that this was the chance that we were looking for, and we didn't take it for granted.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I think when we were speaking earlier, you mentioned that your networking abilities as a twin started from KNUST.
Yeah.
Because of all the friends that you made, the impact that you made at the university. Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, so first time we got to KNUST Unity Hall, Kunti, we knew this was what we wanted to do. And the moment we got there, we involved ourselves in every campus activity, from politics to entertainment to fashion to nightlife to campus radio. We just dive straight into it because of our background in music and acting, and our connections to the media and entertainment. It was so easy to blend in. The first time the hall was having its whole week activities, we were already closer to the entertainment chairman at that time. We were like, oh, we can bring this artist. And we had access to all of them, so we could call them directly and even broke them a very good deal, So we also started campus politics. I remember the current national chairman of MPP, Nana Boache, was running for SRC president, and we were part of his team. So during every day, we'll be going around campaigning, and that also helped us, with public engagement, and also getting to talk to people and engage with people and all that. That was that thing that actually helped us with networking. Imagine a campus of about 20,000 people, and we managed to visit every hall, door to door, knocking on every room like a Jehovah Witness, trying to preach the gospel. But this time around was the gospel of politics, trying to get in and the SRC president, and it helped us so much to engage with people. And once we were doing all that, it also opened our eyes to strategies on how to market anything that you're doing and all that. And even though Nana B didn't win that particular elections, it actually really helped us. We're doing something called we used to call Nasuba. It was pasting posters. So we'll go out, renew every notice board on campus from KNUST to Ayediase to Kote. That every night we'll be doing that, and we're doing that sometimes to also get paid and make some money. So we take those kind of contracts. We're pasting posters of whole weeks or maybe parties, so we used to do a lot of those contracts.
For me though, it's the gut.
Yeah.
It's the confidence. It's the I want to do it attitude.
Yeah, we didn't have any option. We had to survive, and it was our passion. So that we're just enjoying. Me and my brother, even at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., we'll still be up doing all that, then wake up in the morning and go for class. So sometimes people used to wonder, are you guys really students? Are you guys like really, really students that you could be up all night and still come to class, or maybe you are always all over the whole campus? And this thing that we did got us really noticed on campus. So we're really, really famous, not just in KNUST, but in a lot of universities, because we did whatever we're doing in UCC, in Central, in Legon. And now we had connected with other students, so we're doing events together. Like, for example, we premiered one film on campus and made so much money. Then I connected with other students. We're doing premieres in Central University, in UCC. We go and rent halls, rent speakers, rent projectors. We'd go promote the film for like a whole weekend or a whole week, then do the premiere. And sometimes, if you're lucky to raise some money, we're able to get some of the actors to come for the premiere. So we did so much on campus. And 2013, we were awarded the most influential people, students with a purpose, by the Vice Chancellor, through all the initiatives that we're doing on campus. And that was the first award we ever took in life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you've just shown a taste of entrepreneurial spirit right there.
Yeah.
From premiering movies and
Parties,
trying to get it out. Parties,
doing SRC weeks, even helping other organizers organize their SRC activities and bring artists to campus, and I mean, we did a lot. And also that also exposed us to politics,
right?
Because whatever happens in national politics has a direct effect on campus politics, because that's why you see a lot of politicians fighting over which campus, because in the university, they've got the TESCON and the TAIN and all the other political parties having direct representatives, on campus. So you see politicians pressuring these SRC elections, because whichever party has the highest number of votes there has a direct effect on national politics.
Right.
So they don't joke with campus politics. So we got, because of whatever we're doing, we really got noticed, by the national politics, because we're doing a lot of social media. we're doing a lot of marketing, we're doing a lot of events, we're doing a lot of organizations, we're doing a lot of PR. So we got really noticed, and we also made so many friends in the national offices and all that. So when we were done with uni, we started photography 2015, but then that we finished uni by 2014. So that 1 year period, we were about to do national service. That was and we got an opportunity to be part of a film that was shot in Ghana, an international film that was directed by a British Ghanaian director, and also the producer was from Spain, and it had actors like Jimmy Jean-Louis,
Right.
Oris Herrero from Adventures of Sinbad, and we were on film. We were on the set for almost 2 months, and that is where we learned photography and cinematography, because we were the assistant. I was the assistant to the producer, and my brother was assistant to the director of the film, and that was also one of the most
Memorable, yeah.
a moment in our journey as Twinsdntbeg.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I'll cut you there though, because I wanted to touch a bit on the partnership between you and your brother.
Yeah.
Now, I know any form of partnership is not easy,
Yeah.
right? Even blood twins,
Yeah.
it's just not easy. How are you guys able to navigate the ideology you have, what he has, blending it together to form what you guys have today?
Well, I think we're so lucky we're twins. But I know some twins don't even click like that.
Oh yeah.
But probably maybe the way our parents raised us. With me and my brother had always been together. Even when we were kids, we used to shower together, sleep in the same bed, do the same thing. We still wear the same clothes. We don't even have any. He doesn't have his own clothes, and I also have my own. We have wear the same clothes, the same shoes, everything. So we've been like this since we're children, and our partnership should tell everybody that partnership actually really work in any field. The power of two. One thing that somebody can do solo in 2 hours, you can do that in 5 minutes because of the power of two. So Twinsdntbeg should the concept of Twinsdntbeg should show you the power of collaboration and also partnership. So we've never taken that for granted. We're able to do things that nobody can do because we are two, and our minds come together as one, and we are operating as a single body. We know each other's strength and weakness, and we complement that, and we are able to do everything that we're doing because we understand where we're going, and nothing can actually change that course, and that is what we're going to keep on doing all the time. So partnership is very important in any business and all that. So whenever I meet any young people who are starting anything, I always tell them, find somebody that has similar mindset and partner with them, because you can't do it alone. Nobody can do anything alone, even that's why most successful men, have the best wives that always compliments them, because God even approves of partnership. Even in marriage, it shows that if you marry a good woman, you're definitely going to have a successful life. And if you marry a bad woman, your life is fucked up.
Yeah. Well, the opposite is also true, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's amazing because sometimes we look at you guys, and from the story you're saying, it looks like you guys are you're definitely using one mind.
Yeah.
Right. But
the sync.
Yeah.
The sync, even sometimes it amazes me because what I'm thinking is exactly what my brother is thinking.
But that shouldn't be. That really shouldn't be, because you're different people, right? So I can only imagine that there will be times within your partnership that there will be different differences.
I mean, see, that we sometimes have different mindsets. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is also as a result of we being in the same environment all the time. So it's directly shaping the way we think, and it makes us be able to think alive. Imagine when you have, when let's say twins who are separated, when at birth, when they come together, they have different mindsets, but we find ourselves in the same place, the same
Do you remember
environment.
the story of P Square?
Yeah,
Right. They were doing amazing in the
yeah,
Afrobeat scene.
yeah,
They're twins.
yeah.
But then,
They got separated, yeah,
exactly.
and they couldn't stand it, but they had to come
So
back
you guys
together.
have done fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you've done to keep that working up
I
to
think
date,
it's our mother's prayers,
I
and
think it's been amazing. So I mean, sometimes you meet people, right, on a business level.
yeah.
However, you don't like their social lifestyle. Where do you place yourself as an individual when you find yourself in that situation?
Well, so this is what we do. We just didn't end up working with everybody or connecting with everybody in a period of 1 day or 1 month. For some, it took about 5-10 years before we got on that um, kind of level. So whenever you meet somebody, let's say you met somebody, a business person or maybe an executive or somebody that you would want to network with, and you met that person today, and you guys have exchanged contacts and details, that doesn't mean anything is going to happen that period. It will take time, and we like things to happen naturally. So exchange emails, just have a conversation, just talk, just keep it like that. With now with social media, people are able to follow whatever you do, even from a distance, without even having conversations. So just keep it that way. You meet them at one event, hi, how you doing? Oh, then just keep it natural. Don't force yourself on people. Just keep it natural. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. Just keep on moving. Keep on doing it. It's when you always let things work out naturally. That's the best. So don't try force yourself on people. Never try to push your ideas or ideologies or agendas on people. Let everything just follow naturally. And when you do that, they even reach out, because for me, when you follow me, anything I post on my social media is just about what I do and my dreams and me striving and working hard to achieve it. So you wouldn't see. That's why I always tell people, be careful what you put out, because for me, I know the kind of people that have my contacts are from regular people to very high profile people. So I'm actually really particular about anything I put out. So be careful what you put out every day, because it might just now shaping how somebody sees you. So for me, I always keep everything cool, natural. Let any relationship happen naturally. Like for us, we've met a long time. We met a long time
Long time ago.
through Besakede and all other people, but we've never done anything.
No.
We've never touched base. We've never connected. We've never done anything, but everything has happened naturally. And now we're here. We're on a podcast. Who knows what we're going to do next?
Yeah. Now let's talk about that photography time. Your move into photography.
Yeah. So, 2015, we got our first camera, and we actually didn't have enough money to buy that camera, because after working on that film set, I think we made 500 CDs. I was paid 250 CDs or 500 CDs from all that time that we spent on the film set. And the camera was about, I think, 200 pounds or so. The producer's brother was selling the camera. So that Hollywood actor, Oris Herrero, we served him so much on the film set, like morning to evening, dawn, anytime he needed us, we were there. We were his personal assistants. We were getting him coffee, tea, anytime, helping him with his crepes, his costume, anything he needed, we were there. So after the film set, and we told him about the camera that we wanted to buy, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to buy it. this camera for you guys. And that was how we got our first camera. So that Ori Serrero bought our first camera for us 2014 thereabout, and we started the journey of photography somewhere right after uni, almost from 2014 to 2015.
There's a cue here. That camera came out of service.
Service. I believe in service so much that you can never go anywhere without serving, and through service it's opened so much door for you that you can't even imagine. I mean, every opportunity that we have right now is through serving. Like for example, we serve people so much without expecting anything in return. And you sometimes get taken advantage of all the time. We've been in positions where we've served so many people that we never got anything, and that was fine because it served as a lesson for us, and we got so much experience and so much exposure through service. Because imagine we've known Besakede for a long time, and he's been a brother, but we serve him. We do so much. Sometimes I go to Besa and be telling him all the ideas, how we can, what we can do to, keep his brand going, and promoting his music, and all we've been doing with Besa is serving, and that has opened so many doors for us, and not just him, but so many people that we always see potential in, and so sometimes when I see potential in anybody, I just go to them and I just offer my services for free, and that opens so much door for us. It teaches us so much, and that is one way, or the easiest way, to get to the top.
What person must you become to be able to allow yourself to, connect within the team?
Well, I would say you must first find yourself, right? First know who you are and what you want to be, and try to work hard to be the best version of yourself. And once you do that, I mean, it would put you in a position where people will see that you wake up one day, you wake up every day trying to be the best version of yourself, and it also helps people to connect with you directly or indirectly. So you just have to wake up every day and decide that I'm going out, I'm putting myself out there, I'm a dreamer, and I want to achieve something.
I think you guys really have a great understanding of business. It's really attached to what you're doing.
Yeah.
But then it leads on to my next question, which is, we see many creatives, right, in our space. They have the fame, they have the celebrity status, but then it usually doesn't translate into their financial results.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on that?
Well, I think they are basically keeping it to themselves. They are being a bit selfish because they want to chop everything, And for us, when you see us, it's not just me and my brother, it's a lot of people. We've opened our doors to so many people, from K to all the guys that we work with and all the ladies that we work with and all that. It's to be successful, it's not just you alone. I mean, if you take all the brands from Louis Vuitton to Gucci, Dior, and all the other big global brands, it has a whole global team. And to not just remain in your small corner, you need to open up yourself. You need to allow so many people to come in your space and contribute to whatever dream you have started. So if you check our brand and also what we do, it had never been us from the beginning. We have so many young people around us, so many older people that we also look up to for wisdom, and we always collaborate with everybody that we are. So all those that are doing amazing with whatever they're doing, but they're not really moving on. They are just very uptight and they just want to keep maybe to a close circle. I think that is a problem, but the only solution for them is just opening up and allowing new people to join them, expand their vision, and sometimes you might think you're always right, but one little idea from one young person can put you into the next direction.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I take that advice. That's
Yeah.
true. You know, there are those you look up to, and there are those that look up to you, and there are those you need to go to pick
To pick.
from. Yeah, amazing. I'm going to lead on to our questions that we usually ask
Yeah.
on Connected Minds, and one of the first is a question from our previous guest, and the question is: what's the one thing you would change about your life if you had the chance to?
That's an interesting question. One thing I'll change about my life:
If you had the chance to.
work harder.
You're working so damn hard right now.
Yeah.
A little bit harder.
Yeah, a little bit more
Wow.
harder because I knew even the little that we do, see what we've been able to achieve. So, well, I saw one beautiful quote. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? How hard would you work if you knew you couldn't fail? So, let's say if you saw your future 5 years from now and you knew you're going to be successful, and it will definitely happen. And how hard would you work if you know you wouldn't fail?
I think for me, I would want to know the extent of success. The extent, like what? You know what I mean? Because I have a picture in my mind. So if I would want to know the extent of the success I'm seeing in that picture.
Yeah.
If it's at the highest level I can ever imagine, I'll probably keep to the pace I'm going.
Or you can still put in a lot more. Even I feel we could have done more. I feel maybe we don't even work as hard as we used to work back then. Maybe because now we have a bigger team, and now we've dedicated resources and everything to young other people to also help them grow and all that. But then I know we can even do better than we're doing. And so to answer your question, I would really work harder.
Wow. That's great. My next question today is motivation or discipline.
Discipline.
Okay.
What is motivation without discipline? Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. when you slept at 3 a.m.
Right.
There's no motivation that will help you be that disciplined. Like for example, um, you you've been on a tour with one artist or one brand, and one artist, for example, and you went the whole day, and the artist performed till like 3 a.m. and you have another interview at 6 a.m. and you get to your hotel and you edit till 4 a.m. Have to, because the content needs to come out. Is the discipline. You need to be so disciplined that, to the extent that, I know I'm so disciplined that every day I have to do something that will contribute to the growth of my brand. So there's no day that I wake up today and say I'm not doing anything. Every day I'm doing something, even if I have to continue to introduce myself to 5 people, or do something as little as anything that can contribute to the growth of my brand and all that. So a day doesn't go without me not doing something. We all have 24 hours, but how you use the 24 hours is so important. You get me?
What's the best advice you ever received?
Never beg.
Twinsdntbeg. Right. And I'll take a question for my next guest.
Would you change your brand name if you believe so much in it?
Wow. That's a solid question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you change your brand name if you believe so much in it?
Yeah.
Because I guess the point really is that you guys didn't change it.
Yeah.
And it's worked phenomenally.
When everybody around you is telling you that name is so rude, it's so disrespectful. I mean, would you change your brand name if you believe so much in it?
Wow. That's solid. And if you listen to this conversation all the way through to the end, I guarantee you've learned something. This is Connected Minds, and my name is Derrick Abaitey, the pharmacist and the podcast host. Stay connected.